have depending on what your experience, your life
Right,
experience.
right.
Like a good friend of mine, Jason Hartman, very, very wealthy man.
Yes.
I can't even guess at what his net worth is. But I hang out with him in Lake Tahoe. We go take out, wave runners, and we're just like regular guys and stuff.
Yeah.
And here I am, like walking through like Safeway in North Shore, like out in Tahoe
Right,
City or
right,
something
right.
like that. I'm like, this is Jason Hartman here. I'm walking through we're gonna go get pastries, or something. Right? But it's like, so it's in a way it's kind of surreal, but then in another way it's like, well, his experience with money is a whole lot different than mine has been. My hero's journey in money, I guess, is what I would call it. But having that frame of reference, so like I know what it was like to work 9 to 5 and have to
Right.
get I would go work out in the mornings, get up at like 5 a.m. so I could get to the gym by 5:30, and then be on the road and do my commute and everything,
Yeah.
and not because like I'm that dedicated. That's literally the only time I can go to the gym because I've got a whole job and I got all this other responsibilities that I have to take care of. And I think you kind of get into this routine or this regimen where you don't really think outside of, okay, these are the bills I have to pay. I get 2 weeks vacation,
Right.
and here's where I'm going to go. What can we afford? And so you're just sort of like building your lifestyle around the idea of I don't want to say short-sighted, but thinking smaller about money
you're in a little
rather
box.
than
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
about
Little box.
money.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I'd say the biggest thing is when you start getting a lot of money, you start thinking of how to maximize time more too, because it's like how scheduled your life is and stuff. That's one thing that is just as every year has progressed, I feel like I've been getting busier and busier and busier.
Oh
and busier
yeah,
and busier.
I have never had to be more responsible than I am now
Yeah.
in my life, because when I was working like 9 to 5, and when I would, then I got into the gig economy. So I went from being an art director and a brand manager for like wine and spirits, or for casino marketing, gaming and stuff. Went from that to okay, I don't have medical insurance anymore, and I don't have a 401k anymore, but I'm making more money now because now they come to me for gigs. And so I make more money, but I got to figure out how I got to be more responsible about those things. And I've got a family to think about too. So it's not only my insurance, it's my wife's, it's my daughter's, it's whoever's dependent upon me at that time.
Right.
So now I'm thinking in those terms, but you have to be more and more responsible. So it's like, okay, you wake up in the morning, and I've said this before on other podcasts. I wake up in the morning and I think the money I make today is going to depend on the effort I put out from the time I got up to the time I go back to sleep again. And so it's all on me. Everything is on me. I got to figure this out for myself. So if I want to just sit back and watch, I have a really tough time like watching a football game,
Yeah.
or watching a 2-hour movie,
Yeah.
Yep,
or
yep.
like dedicate. Like I can't imagine. I mean.
It's like a
there's
whole hour.
There's
like,
certain shows like on Netflix that I really like. Like I'll watch, but then I'm like, damn, what could I have done with that hour?
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Because I know that my income is dependent on that hour I just spent watching that show.
I do have a question for you. So, or just a caveat. So you said that you had to wake up at 5 a.m. to go work out. So what